What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another video. Today I've been doing an ice, critical ice, 1v1, deck and gear setup. Because a lot of people have been asking, they've seen the ice in some videos and they see that he hits hard and he crits and he can still block and all this stuff. So they're like, do a gear and deck setup. So I'm finally going to do a gear and deck setup for the critical ice strategy, and I hope you guys will enjoy. It is different than most ice do play. Most ice, use the conservative strategy, and heal a lot and blade stack the hit. But anyway, guys, I'm going to hop into this and show you guys the gear first, and then I'll show you. Ooh, Isaiah. Ooh. But I'm gonna hop in and show you guys the gear first, and then I'll get into the deck. So, the gear. What we use for the hood is the Tartar's Wintry Mantle, which is the level 96 crafted hat from the Sardonyx in Crystals Part 2. Gives a lot of health, good resist to fire and storm, and good universal resist as well. 3 accuracy, which is useful, 10 damage, which is also good, and a lot of crit. So that's pretty good. That's what we use. And then I just have some other gear for stitches and whatnot. And, obviously I have the Hades gear, and this is kind of the old helmet, but then again, this one's for like immunity to fire and storm. But for the robe, we use the Unseen Lord's Chill Armor, which is the Hades resist robe. Every school pretty much uses this. If they don't use any crafted gear for the robe, they usually use this. And this is for the critical setup because it gives a lot of health, power pip, which ice kind of needs, a little bit of pierce, but we're not going for pierce on this guy. Good resist, good crit, good damage, and pretty good incoming as well. And for the boots, we have the Dragon Tooth boots, which are from the Nightmare pack. They give 4 accuracy, 6 damage, 6 resist, and 120 critical to ice, and a Frost Dragon card, which is also pretty good. I actually use that against some people if they are conservative kinda, and they like to put up tower shields. Like gives 2 ice dispels after it hits. Ooh, Anthony Legendstalker, he's in here. I don't know what he's doing, but so I use the Dragon Tooth boots. It's also good if I'm going against ice, and I can if I find this in my deck, I can use that for the 2 ice dispels, and does good damage too. For the wand, I like to use the Lunar Scepter of Anubis level 100 version, because this is a level 100 setup. So it gives a lot of block, which is awesome, and a good amount of crit. And if you don't have this, I recommend using probably the Hades staff, because it does give still good block and even better crit. But pretty much the wand I would prefer you guys using is probably the Lunar Scepter. For a Fame, only Fame I would recommend using is the Blade of the Fell Titan, not the Duelist Fatal Razor, because Duelist Fatal Razor is good because it gives critical, but it does give less power pip, which is really affecting ice, because ice needs its power pips. It's like a must. It loses actually like 8 power pip, which isn't that, I'd rather have 8 power pip over 40 critical, because I can still crit a lot. And yeah, for the amulet, sorry, I have the Gem of the Grand Prophecy, which is the Morganth dropped 1. But if you don't have this, and you're still trying to go critical ice, I would recommend using one that gives health, or I wouldn't recommend using a Life Mastery if you want one that gives health, because look at my health, 5,600. If I used the other one that gives like 500 health, I would have like almost 6,000 health, which is pretty good. So you don't really need healing that much, but we do have some heals in deck, and I'll show you that when we get to it. But for the ring, I use the Alpha and Omega ring, which everyone should have by now. I don't know why I have these. That one, I guess it's cool because it has resist. But Alpha and Omega ring, there it is. I use that because it's a pretty good ring. Gives good block, good power pip, good damage, everything. It's just the usual ring that everyone really uses. And for pets, currently I'm using Cassie, a Mega Icebird, which gives critical, triple damage and proof. Great pet, really good for this. It looks like my Molly pet actually. Excuse me. It looks like my Molly pet actually. Just instead of another damage, it has another. Instead of fairy, has another damage. And we also have some other pets. I wanted this to be the pet we use, the triple they're double damage, double crit proof, but we got the 2 low damages on this one. Me and Jay when we were working on pets, so we didn't use that. Here's another, the same pet with the real 10 proof, but we don't, the Ice Hound, it's not really that good of a spell, and it does clog up your deck, so we wanted to remake that pet on Icebird, and we did. Gus is my triple damage, double crit pet. He's pretty cool, pretty chill. I still use him sometimes. Here's the original Holly on this account, the original pet that, all these, this is like the grandmother of all the pets. She made all these possible. This one kind of failed. We're hoping to get 9 damage. This one, triple damage. Okay. This one failed. Damage. This one's a triple crit, double damage, but it failed on the 2 damages. And this one's triple crit proof damage. But we just have some pretty cool ice pets on this guy, but I usually use Cassie or Gus. Their stats back to back mounts, doesn't matter. And I have this says 1v1 deck, but this is my 1v1 deck for when I use my Life Mastery, which I'm not going to go into now because that'd be conservative ice. But this is what I use. I'm just going to rename this right now to 1v1 deck 2, or yeah 2. Which is my critical deck setup. So I'm gonna get into it right now. For the critical ice, setup, I have 2 freeze TC just to get off the Winter Moon stuns. That's pretty much it. Frostbites only 4 because I do carry some in side deck, and I'll get to the side deck after the main deck. But I carry 4 Frostbite TC to or 4 Frostbites overall main deck to get off tower shields and whatnot. 2 Wyvern because it's a 4-pip, hits pretty hard if you colossal it. 4 Blade just to blade up. I carry 6 critical bubbles because I know it is a bubble war out there, and sometimes you just gotta change the bubble, and it also does help because ice doesn't have a lot of pierce, and that's 25 pierce from that bubble, and also more critical. 1 King Art just in case I can't find anything, I just need a hit and drain pips. If I'm going against the balance and I'm afraid of the mana burn, I can drop pips with the King Art and get a pip back. Lord of Winter is there too. Lord of Winter is a great spell if I have that many pips, which isn't too often. But when I do get a lot of pips, I can hit hard with that if I crit. Probably 1 shot. Snow Angel I carry 2 of. This is also a great spell. If you have like a tower shield on, and you have like 2 blades and say you bubbles up, or 2 blades and you have an infal up, I recommend popping a Snow Angel instead of a Frostbite because it does more damage, and it just wrecks. So Snow Angel is a great card. I wish that they did something with Taunt for PvP, but I don't know. I was thinking that if they did edit Taunt so it did work in PvP, it would make it so whoever used the taunt, all the enemies. Say if I did a mass taunt to all enemies, then the next turn they were only allowed to attack the guy that taunted them. So that would be a pretty cool thing. 2 Snow Serpent just for that hit, kind of like a finisher hit. I'm getting called on Skype. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay guys, sorry about that. That was Jay. He actually called me. He's right here. He's not talking though. He's just there. But Jay called me. He wanted to see what was up. But anyway, back to the deck setup. We got maximum tower shields to absorb any of those hits. I have some in TC too, because tower shields is just a great spell. It absorbs hits. And really make a difference if you live or not. 4 Winter Moons, also because I have some in side deck. I'll show you the side deck. But there's 4 Winter Moons. Winter Moon's probably the greatest spell that Ice has ever gotten. It hits hard with Colossal, and it stuns, so that's good. Mammoth is also good. If they don't already have a stun block on, I can really hit them super duper hard with a Woolly Mammoth. And I'll still get the stun off. Then you have Colossal for enchants and Guards for enchants. I have 2 Sharpened Blades to sharpen Ice Blade if I have one up, or an Elemental Blade. Either one, doesn't really matter. I don't know what Jay's doing. But our heal in our deck is the Pixie, because we have decent incoming and outgoing, so we can heal for a pretty good amount, probably like 600 or 700 every Pixie, which isn't that bad. So I do carry Pixies. That's the only heal I have in deck, because we have the critical ice. So if we need heals, we really need it, I'll pop a Pixie. And I have some pretty good life crit. That's it's like 15%. I can crit a pretty decent amount for not being life on this. So I do get crit fairies sometimes. 2 infals because I don't think Pierce is too important, because they do have a tower shield. I can just pop in Frostbite, and the critical kind of cancels out it the resist anyway. So not for any fouls. Double feint if I pop the Frost or Snow Angel and Frostbite, and I just want to get more damage on the tick, I pop a feint. Or if I'm just trying to one-shot them with Winter Moon or a Word of Winter, I'll put a feint on. One reshuffle in main deck because for those long games you just have to reshuffle. I never discard my reshuffles. I did a couple times and I truly regret discarding my reshuffles at points in games, but it's things you have to do. So there's the 1v1 deck. And now I'm going to get to the TC, and then I'm going to show you the stats, and that'll be it. For the TC, I carry 4 TC damage bubble for plus 40. I think this is a great spell because you can't control the field bubble-wise with just this. I just have these to put up, and if they change it, I probably won't put another crit one up. I'll probably just use the Balefrost for the damage instead. It's just good to have these for bubble control. And I have 4 Frostbites for damage for the overtime, because this spell comes really handy. If I crit on this, it's doing 700, 800 a round, which is awesome, and that can really put someone in the dirt over time. I got my Snow Shark, which is also another finisher I like to do. Crit on this, it's usually doing around 12 to 1300, which is pretty good finisher spell for only 2 pips. Icebird, the iconic Icebird, which is one of the best spells in the game for ice for a TC. It's a really awesome spell. It takes off, any weaknesses and puts a blade back on you. So, then next we have 4 Tower Shields inside deck to absorb more hits if I can't find one in my main deck. Shouldn't be hard because I have a lot of them, but just have them in the side just in case I need a Tower Shield. I have 3 Winter Moons in side deck in case I can't get one up from my main deck and I just need a hit. Need a Winter Moon. I have this in my side deck so I can draw that and usually smack them for a lot of damage. Then I have 3 Black Mantles to make them fizzle. If I need to buy a turn from low, or if they're going to hit for sure. And I can't stun because they have a block on, I'll probably just pop a mantle. Hope for the fizz. But anyway guys, now I'm going to show you the stats with the gear, and I kind of just told you what I use for my strats. One of my favorite strats I'll show you is usually I'll put up a blade or a sharpened blade or a blade from my amulet. My usual strat is I like the double blade, and then depending on what they did, if they have if they have a tower on, then I'll probably give them a finger with the double blade, and if they don't have a tower on, I'll probably give them a Winter Moon with the double blade and crit on that. It's doing a lot either way, and then I can just beat them down with some smaller hits like this Snow Serpent or the Sharks or Icebirds. So that's a pretty good strat. I just like to beat them down quick. But the stats with the gear is 75 damage, which is really good for ice. Not bad at all. Usually ice, excuse me. If you get a good pet, if you don't have a good pet, sorry, your damage is only 40, maybe 50, and 75 damage for an ice is extremely incredible. While still maintaining good resist. Have 40 universal resist, which is also really good, and 52 to fire and storm from the helmet, which is also really good. I like having extra fire resist and storm resist while being ice. Then I have 7 accuracy, which isn't bad. I don't really fizzle much with that accuracy. Then critical and crit block. I have a 464 ice critical, which is good. I can usually critical all the time and land it. And the universal crit is also good as well, so I can crit on heals, which happens a lot. It's a pretty good amount of universal crit. My block rating is 243 to all. I still get crit on. I still get crit on with that. I mean, it's a decent amount of block, but I still do get crit on. But I like having it because I can block most crits. I'd say I block more than I do get critical on. I do block quite a bit with this block. Maybe it's a lucky number. But Power Pip's 79, which is also really good for an ice, because ice usually uses all crafted gear and has 70, maybe even 68 Power Pip. So 79 Power Pip is a really good Power Pip percent chance. Healing in and out, like I said, 22 and 17, not bad. I can still heal for a good amount. And no stun resist, because I don't really use stun resist at all. And armor piercing is only 4%, and that really doesn't matter because 4% is really nothing. But anyway, guys, that's about it for the gear gear and deck setup for the critical ice that I've been using. And also, I just want to show you guys. Jay found this robe in the bank. This robe is really cool. It looks like a robe or something, but it is retired. It was like an old Crown Shop item when the beta was out, and you can't get it anymore. And I think it looks cool, and you know, it's unique. No one can ever like wear this because they probably don't have it because it was, you know, from like 5 years ago, and it's not possible to get anymore. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. That is the ice, you know, gear and deck setup video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I can help you out. I hope that's my strategy, or you know, if you're going for quit ice, I hope it helps you out. And hope you enjoyed. Yeah, leave a like if you did. Leave a like if it helped. There's Jay again, and I'll see you guys next time.